We're coming for you live, coming down here right off the coast of Kangaroo Island, right near to the city of Adelaide. We're here with the 46th edition of the Grand Platypus Open. I am, of course, your host, Yaku of the Zaku, and today we have a very special guest gonna be joining me here on the casting desk. He is the one and the only. He is insane in the membrane. We have Sano. How we doing, Sano?
Deaf.
Did I just make it worse? Oh no, I'm sorry.
How am I supposed to follow that up? You killed it. It's nice to be here. Thanks very much for having me.
Yeah, it's great to have you. For those of you who aren't aware, Sano is the manager of Mindfreak SC, also does a lot of observing for events such as ANZ Champs and many of the other things around the region. And I'm definitely really glad I'm going to get a little bit of insight into the mind of Mindfreak players. Well, if you had them to sign up today, but...
Yeah, it's a sad day.
I'm just saying.
It's alright, I already gave him a bit of a burn in the Discord, because... But I didn't tell them I was casting, so that might be on me. So they might have signed up if they knew I was casting earlier.
Well, there's always another week.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that doesn't take away from the talent that we have tonight, Yaku. Like, we already have a pretty good Zerg lineup, but also we got some great Terran in there, in the name of Azure, good Protosses, in Thucklau and Bystock. Oh wait, Bystock didn't check in. Sad.
Bystock didn't check. Yeah. Oh well. It is going to be entirely up onto Thucklau to carry that banner then, and personally hoping he gets a little bit far. He did make it to the finals last week before being taken out by Demi, unless my memory fails me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Woo!
Okay. Got thrown off for a second.
Well.
There. I had the screen unmuted, and all of a sudden your intro just blasted me again.
That's a PTSD.
All right, so what's our first match tonight, Yaku?
All right, well, we're in for a little bit of a treat here. We are going to be starting with a ZvP, that being Uply versus DaSh. Both players need a little bit of a second, which we're definitely kind of grateful for the first series of the day, as stream does take a little bit of time to get ready, but now they're here, they're back, and they're all ready. I'm gonna go straight for it.
Yeah, Zerg versus Protoss on Oxide to start us off. Now, what do you think of ZvP on Oxide?
ZvP on Oxide? That, I'm gonna be honest, I think shows off my bias a little bit as a Terran player, because now I have to think of the matchup where there's no Terran involved. But I guess it really depends on how good the Protoss player, or I guess the Zerg player as well, is going to be able to utilize the positioning on the map. I mean, it's a little bit on the Protoss player for... I guess I'll get into it later. As we spawn in here onto Oxide LE. We're all oxidizing, we're all breathing as we all grow older. And in the top, the right-hand corner map, spawning all the way in the top right-hand corner, we have the blue Protoss player coming down from the land of the Philippines. He is going to be representing Team EXO-PH. We have EXO-DaSh.
And down in the bottom left, we have the Red Zerg out of Vietnam, an underling of the very frightening Zerg of me and Micah. It is Uply.
Now I'm expecting something out of series from Uply, something a little more unorthodox. Now that you reminded me that he is kind of part of that disciples of me and Micah, if you will.
Yeah, he's definitely an aggressive Zerg for sure. I don't think I've seen him play too many long macro games. He's like me and Michael, where he likes to control the pace of the game. And I expect to see something fairly aggressive to start us off. I mean, he's going for the hatchery first, so we'll have to see where he goes from there, obviously.
Yeah, absolutely. Still a lot of options coming out for him in the early game. Now, from what I remember, and it's been a while since I was able to really catch an Uply game, but I remember him being firmly in the category of Roach Boy. He loves to go for his Roach Warren as soon as he can, get as many of them up, and like you said, just get that map presence and try to control the pace of the game from there on out.
Yeah. I guess one thing to note from the start of the game is DaSh wasn't going for the standard hatchery block that you see from most Protoss these days, so Uply was able to get his immediate natural, so that's a pretty nice start for Uply to start off the game, and there's an Adept opener coming out from DaSh so far.
Interesting. Which, yeah, when you... I guess maybe he's not going to go for straight up glaive adepts then, because normally there is a robo being thrown down before anything else,
robo,
though.
Actually, yeah.
What are you thinking, Sano? When I see a robo this quick, normally in my mind I'm thinking, all right, it's going to be a Warp Prism. Any unit he gets out from here on out, it's going to be something that's going to be utilizing that Warp Prism.
Yeah, it seems... I feel like he's going to go for maybe... Like, because it's so quick, I almost feel like this is going to be like that single Immortal Warp Prism attack. But
with a drop into... Right.
Yeah, a drop? It sometimes can be a frontal push. It's usually just like a big hard pressure on the third base to weaken the Zerg. But it's been such a long time since I've seen a faster, like the super fast robo, so I'm not exactly sure what he's actually going to do with this.
Well, I gotta tell you though, Sano, I am staring at that top left-hand part of my screen.
Yeah.
Immortal gonna be coming out first from DaSh. So that's... Yeah, that kind of fits into our theory.
Yeah, we're going to see what he queues up next. That'll be the telling if he's going to go extra Immortals or straight into the Warp Prism. But what's Uply going to do in reply? He's going to wait for his Overlord speed so he can scout everything that's going on. I mean, there's no other tech behind this for DaSh so far, so this is definitely looking like some kind of fast gate attack.
Yeah,
but I still believe he only has a long gate. So that's the other weird part. Usually it'd be up to 3 gates here.
Huh. I'm definitely very intrigued as to what Exodash is really planning coming out from here. Could be there goes the Overlord, gets a nice scout on top of all this, sees the very, very quick Immortal. That's already half the battle.
If he picks up the Sentry, he's not going to pick up the Sentry. Okay. I was thinking maybe if he picked up the Sentry, he might be going for like the little block on the natural ramp into the main, but it looks like he might just be doing a depth pressure, I guess. A bit of a depth pressure while he gets up to 4 gates.
Alrighty then. I can't say I'm too familiar with this kind of build, but I'm definitely very intrigued to see where this can go off of. I'm thinking...
Yeah, and Uply is cut drones, by the way. I think that's what Crew is trying to show us there. We've seen a big cut in drones and unit production, and I think that's due to the scouting there. He saw the very fast robo, he saw a very fast Immortal and a Warp Prism. And it's forced Uply to stop droning and make units. And I think he's responding really well here after seeing it's only 2 Adepts in the Warp Prism. He's just gone back into heavy drones.
Yeah, really defending with as little as he can right now.
Oh,
the Queens are going to be able to get out. Oh. That, I mean, I don't think that Warp Prism was going to get out of there, but that was a brutal way to end that.
Yeah, and now Uply's got quite a bit of army supply out on the map, so he's going to go around and try and maybe put some pressure on it. Oh, actually, no, I don't think DaSh is going to go for a 3rd base here, Yaku. He's going for 3 extra gates, takes him up to 7, and he's going to have a 3rd Immortal shortly. This is going to be an Immortal Sentry push.
This is old school. This is a proper Soul Train coming out. I mean, we have seen Immortal Sentry pushes or variants of it been coming out, normally with some kind of either Adept or DT opening, but... not this kind. That's the most traditional.
Uply sees that moving out with the Overlord up on the high ground there, so he sees all the Immortal Sentry moving across the map, and he's going to try and go for the counter punch anyway. So he's got the Overlord up on the top right there with the Dropper Lord hatching in, and he's going to try and counter harass while he's defending on the front.
Which honestly I think is the smart thing to do. What are 8 Zerglings going to do back at home? Compared to being completely across the map and taking out as many pylons and potentially probes as it can.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be able to reduce the mining coming in as the attack goes in at the front side as well.
Yeah, already we see some probes going down, and this is actually Uply being a little pushed into a corner. Many of his queens are being taken out. Really good force field usage.
Yeah.
The corrosive vials not the best.
Very nice force fields. There's only a couple of ravages here, not enough to really break down the amount of force fields that Uply can, DaSh can produce right now. And he's going to just focus down this third base. Oh, he doesn't quite get it, but he's going to get some more workers. He has lost 16 workers at home, mind you.
Yeah, he really does need to equalize the damage, but when it's all said and done, Uply has not lost a single drone. He manages to keep that third base alive, but it might not be alive for too much longer. There is still a massive Roach Ravager buffer coming on here. Exodash, he is trying to move in Quillos, but Uply just not allowing that to happen.
Yeah, he's put some great force fields in, but he isn't kiting any of his units. So the Immortal at the front just goes down for free. He could have kited that back. He needs some more force fields, but he's only got the one sentry left.
Make that had the one sentry left.
It's gone, but he does have 4 Immortals still. He's got plenty of units to tank, and there's only Roaches left.
And he does manage to take out that third base. That's definitely something to start, but did he go a little too far deep into creep to get that done?
Yeah, no juggling of his Immortals here. He needs to keep them alive if he wants to keep this attack going. He's definitely weakened himself a lot there. I feel like his micro let him down just a little bit. Uply's going to retake his third base. He's still got smite crawls up, so he can keep himself safe on this third base again, as his army count is much superior right now.
It very much so is, but Roach Ravager against that many Immortals, it may still be a little bit of a risk that Uply is considering there. But when it's all said and done, I gotta favor Uply a little more. Sure, he lost the third base, but already remaking that, he is still pretty far ahead in the worker count.
Yeah, Uply hasn't really gone back into drone. He only has just started now, but his army might get a little bit caught out here. He's watching, okay. But he is opening up all the avenues to set up a flank. His creep spread is looking really good now for his second defense. And now that he knows that his second attack is coming, he's just going to sit here and pump units for the rest of the game.
Yeah, and I think you were asking me at the start of the game what I thought about ZvP on Oxide. I think it really does come down to these choke points and these rocks, right? It's kind of on the Zerg player to clear those up as much as possible, and on the Protoss player to try to make the choke points as tight as possible.
Yeah, I just feel like, I wonder if this was the right strategy here for DaSh.
Well, I feel like the strategy didn't fail him so much, but the way, the tactics, right? The way he executed it may have left something to desire.
Yeah, his first attack was very potent. Just a little bit of mismarker probably cost him a lot there, but in the end, I feel with the style, the third base for a Protoss is so good.
Really is. And DaSh just not giving up on that. I mean, he hasn't made probes in a while. GG is called. Uply gonna be taking game number 1.
Yeah, GG, well played. Great defense there by Uply. He did lose his third base, but he didn't lose his cool.
He definitely did not. He knew exactly how ahead he was and what he needed to get done.
Yeah, had that superior army count, even though he lost his third, and he knows EXO was not expanding behind this. So he just bided his time. He knows EXO is going to come and attack him again. So he just made sure he had the right amount of units for the second attack. He had the creep spread pushed out way past the third base. And it just made it really hard for the second round attack there from DaSh.
Just overall, really solid showing from, that's my name escapes me, Uply coming in now. And yeah, now we're just gonna be waiting here for DaSh's map pick. As we do go for a loser's choice system this time. Well, I say this time, but every time we do this is what I'm trying to go at.
Yeah, do they have vetoes, or is it, can they pick from any of the remaining 6 map?
Any of the remaining is fine.
Okay.
I think sometimes we experimented a bit for when maps stay in the pool for too long. We sort of try to encourage some kind of diversity from taking out from the tournament pool itself.
Yeah, I feel if it's that kind of pick, I think we'll see DaSh maybe lean towards either Lightshade or Submarine here.
Well, you are correct. As DaSh is now PMing me, Lightshade is going to be his choice. And we're going to be jumping on in. Let's see, let's get everybody in. On to Lightshade. So, yeah, I just have to wonder what DaSh has planned on this map. Earlier on, did try to go for that quick little... Well, I don't want to call it a drop so much, but a quick little adept pressure into that Soul Train push.
Yeah, it left a little to be desired, that adept harassed.
No, kidding. But maybe he has a bit more of a refined version, or maybe it's just something about Lightshade that he's feeling a bit more confident on.
Yeah, Lightshade, I like the third base option as well for Protoss on this map.
Yeah.
Just because it kind of has a similar choke point into the third. It doesn't have the rocks, but I feel it's like a slightly narrow entrance into the third base there for Protoss. So I feel like holding that, if they just hold that high ground in between the nat and the third, they can build up to a very strong army to the mid to late game.
Oh, they definitely can. And we'll see if he does do that, which seems kind of likely now that I think about it. But we will see as spawning in now into Lightshade LE in the bottom right-hand corner map, spawning all the way in the bottom right-hand corner. We have the blue Protoss player. He is going to be coming down from the Philippines, representing the Soldiers of Ender, shall we call them. He is representing Clan ExoPH. We have ExoDash.
Sorry, I can jump on Kuro's camp. And in the top left, we have our red Zerg. Looks like he's about to turn up the heat. It is Uply.
That is a straight up pool first. And sometimes I would say, yeah, on a map, on a different map, I would say, yeah, maybe it's a defensive pool first. We're going to go in for just trying to get a couple of lings out in case your opponent proxies. But Uply, he is being pretty diligent. So, okay, I'm leaning more towards the defensive pool first. But it is Uply we're talking about.
I think that was a 12 pool, so he's definitely going to go straight across the map with these lings and be aggressive. Good thing here for ExoDash, he did go for the gate scout, so that does give him enough time to build up a defense back at home. So he sends the probe down from the main, drops another gate, and he'll drop his Cybernetic core shortly.
There it is.
So it's really good response here.
Absolutely, and especially on a map like Lightshade, it still takes quite a while for these unsped up lings to get across the map. And Uply is aware of that. Throwing down the second base right now, probably expecting he's not going to get much done out of these 8 lings across the map. Zella's Zella makes it out right on time.
Very, very on time Zealot there, but does throw down the pylon just to make sure. And second Zealot on the way, and we will probably see an adept out of that second gate. Yeah,
there it is. We're getting a couple of shield batteries just to stay alive, but Uply, you know, he's well.
Yeah, he's holding this really well. Yeah, ExoDash's response so far has been really great. He's keeping those Zealots alive, and once those adepts pop, he needs them to pop behind the wall though. He's got that one rallied out in the front.
He is rallying out in front, and honestly, I don't think he rally it behind because he's blocked it with the shield battery. Oh, that is looking to be a lot of trouble. A shield battery does finish up though, and it gives him a little bit. Yeah, that gives him a little bit of help.
Yeah, nice hold there. Might be quite a big over response a little bit because he did throw down an extra pylon and 2 shield batteries. It feels like a really big response. Might have over responded just a little, and Uply might take that as a bit of a win for himself.
Honestly, yeah, he's got plenty of time now. I mean, ExoDash tried to shade across the map with 2 of his adepts, but as you said, because of that pylon block, only 1 is able to make it out. Uply, he is going to be sitting comfy for quite some time.
Yeah, he doesn't have anything back in the main base. There's no queen or anything, so he's going to pick up a couple of worker kills here. Or he might.
Or
he gets 1.
It's something. Man, that drone drilling from Uply, though.
Yeah, it does get to delay a little bit of mining time. That was, I guess, that made it a bit of an even trade for the single adept. But back at home, he does have a little bit of a later Nexus, but he's going to follow up with the Twilight Council this time around. No super fast Robo for DaSh this time around.
All right. And I guess the question will then be, is he going to go for any pressure earlier on in the game, or is he going to go for that quick third base and just try to keep himself build up into a better army?
I think he's gonna go into a little bit of a delayed version of possibly a depth printer. Yeah, there we go. Because he went up to 4 gates with the Twilight cancelled there, but we don't see a Robo, so he isn't going to have Warp Prism support for this attack unless he drops it immediately.
Yeah, and honestly, I'm getting a little skeptical here about the later Adept Printer, especially on Lightshade, where I feel like Uply, as long as he's slightly aware that something is coming his way, he can definitely build into a defense. He can definitely build some kind of defense up.
The other harrowing thing for DaSh so far is he still has a full wall in his natural. He hasn't killed that pylon that's blocking the door.
He definitely has not, but maybe he's not counting on it. I mean, he went.
He can walk the stuff out of the base and then walk across.
Exactly. I mean, he went for a 2-base all in the previous game. What's to say he's not going to do it again?
Yeah, he's actually adding on another gate, so he's going up to 5 gates with this Warp Prism.
And that's a pretty heavy commitment. I feel like Exodash has had enough. He is not looking to get a third base anytime soon.
Yeah, Warp Prism comes up. President Englave's about to finish, but Uply, what has he got for his defense? He's cut his drones at 44. He hasn't seen... What has he seen with that Overlord in the natural? Because he is getting ready for a defense. Okay, he would have seen all the adepts out the front of the base there, and that's why it's got him cutting drones. So he's cut his drones at the right spot. 44 is usually the target against the depth printer, and then you just make a bunch of roaches, a couple spines. And especially because it's so committed, he's gone for the extra spine. He knows there's no third base behind this.
This is absolutely ideal situation right now for Uply. And I guess
he's sitting pretty right now.
Very much is. I have to wonder how much these adepts can really do against the army that Uply's got. I mean, he doesn't quite have all the roaches out, so I imagine if a little bit of a misrally or something, Exodash might be able to win a battle of defeat in detail. You know, pick up a couple of roaches here and there in snowball, but
win the battle of deceit here with his adepts. So far, he's winning.
Yeah, might be able to actually get the cert base.
Spits off a couple of adepts. Looks like a couple might go into the worker line there, but no, it looks like he's going to cancel.
Just about. There's some adepts standing in the background, but I guess those are the ones that kind of split off.
But he's going to get it. And now, Uply's roaches are committing to the adepts. He's going to let the shade finish and go into the natural hill. No, he doesn't. He cancels.
The Warp Prism.
He's going to fight.
He is looking to fight the Warp Prism. In a lot of trouble, barely making it alive. The Queens. One more volley could have killed it out. And here comes that massive counterattack.
Yeah, I feel like DaSh missed out on a big opportunity there. Once he killed the third base, Uply's roaches committed to Uply's face there, and he could have probably finished in the natural and taken out a lot of workers and fought off the couple of wings that were there for defense. But he is going home. He's trying to get his third base up and running, but he's losing so many adepts on the run home.
He definitely is. A couple of immortals coming out right now, and maybe with the really good juggling, DaSh would be able to defend himself, but it is not looking likely to me, Sano.
Yeah, he's getting his shield batteries up, but it might just be too late for those shield batteries. There's a lot of Roach Ravager knocking on his third base.
Yeah, Sentries don't have too much energy on them. I mean, he does have some pretty good force field usage. You have to give it to DaSh, but that was just about a perfect corrosive bile.
Yeah, that one's going to knock out both as well. He's out of force fields. He's got Guardian Shield to help him out as much as possible here. And the shield batteries are about to finish up, so that might help him out a little bit here. Oh, he's trying to micro best he can with the Warp Prism. 3 Immortals in the face. Shield battery and Warp Prism keeping those Immortals alive so much. Oh, a great little defense there by DaSh.
Yeah, I did not think he was going to survive, but just at the last minute, that shield battery did finish popping up.
And the sad thing though for DaSh behind all of this is Uply snuck out a Spire during that Adept attack and is now finished. 11 Mutas are queued up, and the defense against Muta, DaSh doesn't really have any. He's building Immortals Adepts. He has a couple of Stalkers.
And they do not even have Blink just starting right now. It is not looking like a too effective a defensive force, but DaSh has a bit of time. I say that as the Mutas just blink across the map in the split second.
Yeah, this is really going to be hurting for DaSh here. He's got no defense in his main. There's no cannon, no shield battery, no nothing.
The mutas are absolutely wreaking havoc. Those pylons are starting to look pretty exposed to me too, Sano. And this is not looking good whatsoever for our Filipino Protoss player. He's pushing across the map with the rest of what he got.
He knows he's standing army can't really fight the mutas right now, so he's going to try and take on the ground army, or the depleted ground army of Uply right now. And he does have a good but he loses with more prison.
Beautiful bios going on over there. And I was going to say, I mean, if DaSh micros really well, he could potentially take this army fight, but he has just lost just about all of his micro potential. This is not looking like an army that DaSh can contest with.
No, it's not
GG called.
GG.
Uply gonna be taking that series 2-0. Whoa.
That was a very strong showing for match number 1 there for Uply. He's making a statement here in his first game versus the Protoss. He defended very well against all the attacks that DaSh showed him. He defended the Immortal Sentry attack very nicely. He looked a little bit shaky in the first defense, but he knew he rallied enough, has enough to defend. He knows there's no third base. He made the perfect amount of units in game 1. Game 2, he disrupted the flow of DaSh with that 12 pull, and I think that just threw EXO for the rest of the game.
Yeah, and we were talking a little bit at the start of the series. Uply, you normally think of him as a very active player. He really likes to take control of or dictate the pace of the game, but that series just showed that Uply, he is perfectly capable of playing out a very reactive style as well.